a Christmas party, a ferocious storm, and a young professional man vanished without a trace. Why did Trevor Deely disappear?
Welcome to Vanished Voices UK, your new favourite spot for curious missing persons cases, true crime stories, and in-depth investigations.
The mystery of Trevor Deely, an unexplained disappearance in Dublin. Shortly after 4 AM on the 8th of December 2000, 22-year-old IT specialist Trevor Deely vanished from Dublin streets. Last captured on CCTV speaking to a man dressed in black outside his office, and again at an ATM on Haddington Road. Despite exhaustive Gardaí searches, subaqueous dives in nearby canals, and relentless family appeals, no trace of Trevor has ever emerged. In this video, we'll trace Trevor's life from Naas to Leeson Street, investigate the fateful night of his disappearance, examine every avenue of the investigation, lay out the leading theories and suspects, and ask the questions that still linger. Because after more than 2 decades, answers still remain just out of reach. Trevor Deely was born on the 15th of August 1978 in Naas, County Kildare, to Michael and Anne Deely. He was the youngest of 4 children, big brother Mark and sisters Michelle and Pamela, growing up in a close-knit Irish family where the loss of their youngest member would reverberate for decades to come. After finishing secondary school, Trevor enrolled in a business degree at the Waterford Institute of Technology, but found it didn't spark his passion and left in his second year. Through his sister Michelle, he discovered a hands-on computer course in Dublin. He took to it like a duck to water, his father Michael recalled, and quickly excelled. In May 1999, Trevor joined the IT department of Bank of Ireland Asset Management on Leeson Street. His manager Dara Treacy described him as almost the perfect employee, reliable, eager to learn, ambitious, and someone who mingled effortlessly with colleagues. He was tall, he was over 6 feet, with reddish blonde hair and a distinctive, almost statuesque gait. Trevor was known among friends as an easygoing and thoughtful person. He wasn't particularly sporty or academic like his siblings, but he loved mathematics and relished the problem-solving challenges of his new IT role. On the evening of Thursday the 7th of December 2000, Trevor joined his colleagues for the Bank of Ireland Asset Management Christmas party. The celebrations began with drinks at Copper-Faced Jack's before moving to the Hilton Hotel on Charlemont Place. As the official festivities wound down, Trevor, his manager Dara Treacy, and a small group continued on to Buck Whaley's nightclub on Lower Leeson Street. At approximately 3:25 AM, Trevor left Buck Whaley's alone. He intended to walk back to his flat in the Renoir Apartments on Serpentine Avenue, Ballsbridge, less than 2 miles away, but 2 factors would complicate his journey. A heavy Atlantic storm pounded Dublin that night, with gusts estimated up to 60 to 70 miles an hour, and a citywide taxi strike left virtually no cabs on the streets. Rather than brave the elements all the way home, Trevor made a brief detour back to his office on Leeson Street. He called security to let him in and retrieved his umbrella, crucial against the driving rain, along with tidying up emails and jotting notes for the next workday. Then, umbrella in hand, he stepped back into the stormy Dublin streets at 4:03 AM, unaware that within moments he would vanish without a trace. CCTV captures Trevor having a brief, unexplained conversation with a man dressed entirely in black outside the office gates. Just over 10 minutes later, at 4:14 AM, Trevor is seen on another CCTV camera in front of a Bank of Ireland ATM on Haddington Road. This is the last confirmed sighting of him alive. Roughly 34 seconds after Trevor passes the ATM, a man, strikingly similar in dress to the figure outside his office, walks past the same camera. Trevor's disappearance went unnoticed for 2 full days. His flatmates were away that weekend, and after a late night at the office, his failure to turn up for work on Monday simply looked like a hangover. Only when his colleagues realised that no one had heard from him did the Bank of Ireland alert his family and the Gardaí. From the moment they learned he was missing, Trevor's family and friends threw themselves into the search. Hundreds of posters were plastered across Dublin, thousands of leaflets distributed door to door, and volunteers fanned out along the presumed route home. They even managed to obtain and circulate key CCTV stills, an unprecedented effort that Detective Sergeant Michael Fitzgerald later praised as the most proactive family involvement I've ever seen. The Gardaí Sub-Aqua unit was deployed to search both the River Dodder and the Grand Canal Basin for any signs of Trevor. Despite painstaking dives, no trace was found, and the canal basin itself could not be drained without jeopardising nearby structures. Given Trevor's recent trip to Alaska, the Gardaí followed every lead overseas. 2 detectives flew to Alaska to interview the friend he'd visited, while Trevor's sister travelled separately to speak with the same acquaintance. None of these inquiries yielded new information. Through every dead end and every passing year, the Deely family's resolve only hardened. They would not rest until they uncovered what happened to Trevor. In November 2015, TV3's true crime show Donal McIntyre Unsolved dedicated a full 40-minute episode to Trevor's case, bringing the mystery back into public view and underlining the depth of unanswered questions surrounding that stormy December night. In December 2016, 16 years after Trevor vanished, Gardaí formally reopened the investigation under a dedicated review team. 4 months later, in April 2017, they released digitally enhanced CCTV stills showing the unidentified man in black, both outside Trevor's office and near the ATM Trevor used. Simultaneously, an anonymous donor offered €100,000 for any information leading to Trevor, an unprecedented sum for a case of this age. August 2017 saw Gardaí seal off and excavate a 3-acre site in Chapel Izod, following an informant's tip that Trevor had been shot by a known Crumlin-based criminal and buried there. Although divers uncovered a handgun and up to £80,000 worth of drugs, both were ruled unrelated to Trevor's disappearance, and the dig was called off in late September without further leads. On the 6th of December 2023, Gardaí announced that they had traced and interviewed the man seen on Haddington Road just seconds after Trevor's last sighting. After forensic comparison and an extensive review of his alibi, they confirmed that there was nothing suspicious about his movements, and he is no longer a person of interest, yet the identity of the man who waited outside Trevor's office remains a mystery to the public. It appears that this individual had given a statement to the police early on in the investigation, but maybe the Gardaí had not connected him to the CCTV footage. Most recently, on the 24th anniversary of Trevor's disappearance, Gardaí renewed their public appeal for information, stressing that even the smallest detail could be the key to solving this enduring mystery. All of the following theories remain unverified and speculative. None have produced conclusive evidence. In August 2017, an anonymous informant told Gardaí that Trevor had been shot by a well-known Dublin criminal, active in armed robbery and drug dealing, and buried in a wooded area of Chapel Izod. A month-long excavation uncovered a firearm and a large quantity of drugs, but no trace of Trevor or his remains. Given the fierce storm that night, gusts of up to 70 miles an hour, and Trevor's umbrella-laden walk home, some have theorised that he simply slipped into the River Dodder or the Grand Canal and drowned. Gardaí sub-aqua teams conducted extensive dives in both waterways and even considered draining the canal basin, but found nothing. At the turn of the millennium, Ballsbridge's late-night bars were notorious for low-level drug and prostitution activity. One line of speculation suggests that Trevor inadvertently crossed paths with such a network and was abducted or harmed. However, no witnesses or material evidence has ever substantiated this theory. Was the man in black an accomplice or witness to a crime? CCTV clearly shows a man dressed head to toe in black, first outside Trevor's office, then moments later behind him at an ATM. Initially a prime focus, he was traced and interviewed and is no longer a person of interest. But what ruled him out as a suspect? A less cited theory posits that Trevor may have been the unintended target of someone expecting another individual, perhaps under the influence of drink or drugs. This model accounts for the sudden disappearance, but lacks any direct leads or corroborating testimony. In several media interviews, both the Deelys' own statements and in their Gardaí liaisons' comments, Trevor's family have directly addressed and dismissed popular theories. In a December 2022 interview with Kildare Now, Trevor's sister Michelle Deely discussed a rumour that he took his own life following a relationship breakdown in Alaska. She said that it was completely untrue. She emphasised that Trevor had no history whatsoever of depression or suicidal ideations, and that his trip to Alaska was a once-in-a-lifetime adventure, and there was no evidence of personal crisis. An online unresolved feature noted a theory that Trevor was involved in a scam with banking insiders who then killed him. Michelle flatly rejected this, saying, "He was a simple guy. People have him caught up in this banking scam, it's crazy," and reiterated that no credible evidence links him to any illicit financial schemes. Beyond these, the family have consistently stated that no substantive information is being withheld by Gardaí, and that every tip, however outlandish, has been rigorously followed up without success. Despite decades of investigation and these varied scenarios, none has yielded definitive proof. The absence of a body, eyewitness accounts, or forensic traces keeps every one of these theories in the realm of speculation, underscoring why the Deely case remains one of Ireland's most perplexing mysteries. Even after nearly a quarter century, key questions about Trevor's disappearance remain unresolved, each one a potential thread that could unravel the mystery. What was said in that brief conversation outside his office? CCTV shows Trevor speaking with the man in black, yet neither the content nor the purpose of that exchange is known. Why did the same figure reappear at the ATM? Seconds after Trevor passed the Bank of Ireland ATM on Haddington Road, the same man walks past the camera. Gardaí ruled him out, but questions linger as to whether he was genuinely unconnected. Did the severe weather conditions contribute to his fate? With strong gusts and torrential rain, some have speculated that Trevor may have slipped into the River Dodder or Grand Canal. Sub-aqua searchers found nothing, yet why no trace surfaced in such a high-profile case is puzzling. Why have nearly 900 leads produced zero evidence? A dedicated cold case review has chased almost 900 tips without yielding Trevor's whereabouts or definitive forensic clues, underscoring either a lack of reliable information or critical gaps in following up. Could modern DNA or forensic technology unlock new insights? In 2018, Trevor's family expressed hope that emerging DNA extraction methods might be applied to any unidentified remains or retrieved items. Yet to date, no material suitable for such analysis has come to light. What happened to Trevor's umbrella? His distinctive golf umbrella was his last known possession. Anecdotal reports suggest someone found an umbrella near the canals, but Gardaí records never confirmed its recovery. Another small but nagging gap. Will the case ever be reclassified? Following a 2025 review, Gardaí decided not to upgrade Trevor's disappearance to a murder inquiry, leaving questions about potential investigative avenues that a reclassification might open. Each of these unanswered questions represents both a hurdle and a beacon of hope. The right answer could finally bring closure to Trevor's family. As of June 2025, Trevor Deely's case remains open and active under the Gardaí Cold Case Review Unit. On the 1st of August 2024, Trevor's father, Michael Deely, who had championed the search for over 23 years, died peacefully at the TLC Centre in Maynooth, Clow-Kildare. He was still hoping for answers. Today, Trevor's brother Mark leads the family's ongoing advocacy, vowing, "We won't give up looking for Trevor," and he continues to keep the case in the public eye at events like National Missing Persons Day. While modern forensic methods like advanced DNA extraction techniques hold theoretical promise, no physical evidence has yet emerged for analysis. For now, Trevor's disappearance remains a mystery, with the Deely family and the Gardaí united in the hope that fresher information will one day bring closure. Trevor Deely's disappearance remains a haunting enigma more than 24 years later. From his final steps under a storm-lashed Dublin sky to the countless appeals, searches, and CCTV enhancements, every effort has deepened the mystery rather than solved it. Today, the Gardaí continue to follow leads and keep the case open, with €100,000 still on the table for information leading to the discovery of Trevor. If you have any information, no matter how small, please contact the Gardaí Cold Case Review Unit or Crime Stoppers. Your tip could finally provide the closure this family deserves. Thank you for watching. If you found this video informative, please like, share, and subscribe to keep awareness alive for missing persons like Trevor. Together, we can help bring him home. As always, thank you for watching. Stay safe, stay vigilant, and remember, every missing person deserves to be found. Like, comment, and subscribe to see more new and cold missing persons cases from the UK.